All right, welcome back. In this video, you're going to learn about webinar funnels. This tends to be everyone's favorite type of funnel because everyone wants to try and do webinars. What exactly does this funnel look like? What you're probably used to seeing is just opt-in, and then you go to the webinar and then they offer to buy you something. You're probably like, yeah, that's how it's done. But if you do it that way, then you are not going to make as much money as you possibly can. The reason for that is because the people who have the money to buy anything don't have time to sit on a full webinar half the time. So in order to make sure that you get those people to actually buy from you is by getting them on the phone. And the way you do that is with this very specific webinar funnel. So on the front, you have the opt-in page. And then after they opt in, they are taken to a thank you page, which has an application for them to apply for a strategy session, a fitness consultation, any sort of whatever you want to name it. It doesn't matter. What matters is that they are applying to speak with a real person for 10 minutes to figure out whether or not there's a way you can help them faster. And then after they apply, they are you get them on the phone if they do meet the requirements that you have on the application, and then you close them from there. So you close them on the phone, you get the sales done on the phone. This way, you don't even have to wait for the webinar. You are not relying on the webinar. You are making money without the webinar even being needed. It's sort of think of the webinar itself as a lead magnet, and it's up to you to get those leads on the phone and close them immediately so you can start making money before the webinar even happens. But let's assume you're not able to get everybody else. The webinar comes. You do want to also pitch on the webinar because you may get a few sales from the actual webinar itself. But it's not going to always work that way. So what you want to do is make sure you have your email sequences set up for your webinar so that people are able to catch the replay and they are pitched the actual product through their email, because you may get some sales that way as well. And then obviously you want to call back every single person that has applied because there is money sitting in those applications. And lastly, this is beyond the scope of what we're talking about right now. But you want to have retargeting ads going to all the people who actually signed up for the webinar, getting them to either come back to the webinar or offering them a chance to speak with you on the phone so that you can actually close them. So this is what the webinar funnel looks like. What this is used for mainly is for higher ticket products. That is why you want to get them on the phone. This is for, let's just say, $1,000 and up. If you're asking for that much more money, it's going to take much more of a sale. One way to do that is with the webinar. An easier way to do that is by hopping on the phone and speaking with them one-on-one. It's going to make them much more comfortable to actually purchase. Because think about it, you don't buy a car online. You can, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to want to go to the dealership, speak with somebody, sit down on the car, see if you actually like it. It's the same way with all bigger purchases. Even with my laptop, I can buy my laptop online, but it feels much more comfortable for me to go there, see the laptop, feel it, make sure I actually like it. And then if I do, then I'll make that big purchase. Same thing with my computer screen. I could have bought that online, but I was like, no, this costs more. So I'm going to walk to the store and make sure that I actually like the screen. I like the specs, and then I'll purchase it. So it's the same way with if you're trying to sell someone something that is of a higher dollar value. You want to get them on the phone so they can speak with you, get a feel for what it is that they're going to do. You can handle their objections right there on the spot, and then you can close them right there on the phone, and you're making money without the webinar even being needed. This isn't usually how webinar funnels are taught, but this is the way that you actually make money. So that's webinars. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video, man.